Ronnie Ward from the Dartmouth section of the Flatbush neighborhood, Brooklyn, in the city of New York. Well, where is it? Oh, my watch. My watch, of course. Yeah, I have to find my watch so I can verify what time I'm doing this video at. That's right. Wherever it is. Well, wherever it is. I have to find my watch, for God's sake. Okay. Alright, well, I have it now. I have my watch now. Here it is. Well, I can't get into all that, but... Well, maybe you can see it. I don't know. Well, it's 1:11. It's 1:11 a.m. on... Sunday, the 13th, the 13th day of October, 2024. So, yeah, it's just 1 hour and 11 minutes into the day. 111. 111. Well, what's this called? Posted to YouTube October 10th, 2024. Maybe. I don't know. I don't know where they really are. I have no idea, so let's find out. The Dartmouth Political Union and Dartmouth Dialogues present the DPU debate series. Kellyanne Conway, Donna Brazil, the press, and the 2024 election and expert update. Want to get involved with the DPU? Visit us at thedpu.org. No, I don't want to be involved with the DPU.org. I don't even know who the hell they are. So I don't want to be involved. It's awful thin here. Dartmouth Political Union. I don't know. That's who they say they are. I don't know. About the official YouTube channel of the Dartmouth Political Union. Well, I've been to Dartmouth College. I sure have. I lived up by there. So anyway, I did. So let's see what happens. Okay. Let's just see. I haven't seen it yet. Well, I'm going to know right away. My guess is that neither Donna Brazil nor Kellyanne Conway are going to be there in person. That'd be my guess. So it's just a show. And this guy could just be a tool. And this could be a fake audience. It looks pretty fake already. I don't know what all this is down below. I have no idea. Well, here we go. Let's see.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Malcolm Mahoney, and I am the president of the Dartmouth Political Union.
Malcolm Mahoney. I don't know who he really is or isn't. So I hope he's Malcolm Mahoney. And so where are they? It looks like it might be Donna's. It looks like it might. But I don't know where they're physically located. Well, where is this at? What room and what building and what city and what country? I find it hard to believe that Kellyanne Conway and Donna Brazil are in the United States of America. They might be. I thought Donna Brazil was at Vienna at the meeting of the United Nations, because they don't meet in New York City. No, that place is shuttered. So she was sitting at a Security Council meeting just the other day. Well, where is she? Does she have a jet? No, I figure they're in Europe. That's what I think. Yeah, I'd like to go to Europe myself. Rome specifically. I'm still trying to get there. Oh, I've only been trying for over a year or two. It'll be interesting to hear what they have to say. Yeah, I was just at the United States of America permanent mission to the UN. I was. Oh my God, what a waste of time. I'm a United States citizen in New York going to the United States of America permanent mission to the UN, and the security guards in there couldn't even help me. No, I don't know. It's like really crazy, is that? No services for an American at the. No, there are none. Well, I'll try a different place. I'll go shopping maybe on Monday and go shop at some of the other permanent consulates. Yeah, only the consulate. I'll try. Because it's a mission, I think, and not a consulate. So, well, a mission's just a mission. Mission impossible. Well, anyway. Donna Brazil's picture's there. Sure is. All cheesy, smiley looking. Well, I think it's all put up. I don't know. Let's find out. There you go. Here we go. Here we go again. Yeah, here we go.
On behalf of the rest of the DPU, it is my honor to welcome you to the press and the 2024 election. And
Yeah, he definitely looks like a tool. Like, he's not. He's part of the cover-up or some bad thing. He is. Whatever. I don't give a who he is. Malcolm, whatever. I don't care who he is. And why is he doing the introduction? He's a nobody. He's a nobody, nothing, do good or nothing. Period. He's irrelevant. It's a disrespect to even have Donna Brazil present there. Well, she is an ambassador to the United States of America, you know. She sure is. Kellyanne Conway is nothing. Nothing. Zero. Yeah, a political hack from days gone by that orchestrated orchestrated what she did to Donald J. Trump, unbeknownst to him, and now is trying to blame it off on him and cover up for herself. I wonder. I'm glad to know she's in Europe, because they're not. Donna Brazil's not in the United States. I just don't believe she is. Because they're not meeting at the United Nations. Because I go there. I know they're not there. No, they're not there. It's shuttered and gated up like a fortress. Well, unless they're shut up in there as a fortress. I don't know where they are. Maybe they're all stuck in there sleeping too. I have no idea. But there's a big, in Vienna, there's a big thing in Vienna. I really don't know. I really don't care. If they are, come out wherever you are. I don't know. We'll see. We shall see. Maybe they're in Brussels. I don't really know. I can't be too sure. I don't know. We shall see. Maybe they're on a big sound stage somewhere. I don't know. Let's carry on.
expert debate between Kellyanne Conway and Donna Brazil.
They are not experts, either one of them. On what? What a tool he is. What did he say his name was? Just so I can get it again. Yeah.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Malcolm Mahoney, and I am the president of the Dartmouth.
Oh, he's an Irish tool. Is he part of the IRA or something, or some radicalized thing? Maybe. Malcolm Mahoney or something? Yeah, I'm a Maui from New Zealand. That's what I have to say to him. What a disrespect it is for him to be introducing Donna Brazil. My God. She's an ambassador to the United States of America. It's like, to the United Nations. Well, my gosh. My goodness. Are you kidding me? Yeah. It's terrible, actually. I think so.
Political Union. On behalf of the rest of the DPU, it is my honor to welcome you to the press and the 2024 election, an expert debate between Kellyanne Conway and Donna Brazil. Founded in 2018, the DPU...
He has a microphone to his lapel. See it hanging on there? Look at his little tiny tie and straight white shirt, and he can't even dress. Standing behind a podium with a computer on top of it, introducing these folks. Dartmouth Political Union? Is that what it says? DPU? I thought DPU was the Department of Public Utilities. I don't know. Well, let's just take a little break. Let's go find out what DPU.org is. Here we go. DPU.org. That's what he said. DPU.org. That's what he said. That's what he said over the name. Here it is. DPU is a political activist organization focusing on rallies, drives. Well, this says Deaf People United. Deaf People United? Deaf People United is a political organization focusing on rallies, drives, campaigns, and lobbying as a means of promoting the interests of the deaf community. This stylized map indicates which states have DPU state coordinators as indicated by the flags. Washington, D.C. D.C. New York, Massachusetts, Michigan, Ohio, West Virginia, Texas, Illinois, Iowa, Wyoming, Utah, Oregon, California, Arizona, and Colorado. None in these overseas territories. Let's see. Let's see what this says. And which ones still have these positions open? Positions open. Which positions open me? Is there any more to this page than this? Well, is this the only page they have? Well, maybe. I don't know. New York. They're not clickable. Okay, well, this is interesting, but there's nothing else on this page. Yeah. Deaf People United? Well, I don't know. This is weird. It is. It is weird. It is. Yeah. So let's type in deaf people. D-E-A-F, deaf. P-E-O-P-L-E, people. U-N-I-T-E-D, Deaf People United. Deaf People United is on Facebook, Rochester, New York. How many deaf people in the United States? NAD, right? The mission of the National Association of the Deaf is to preserve, protect, and promote the civil, human, and linguistic rights. National Deaf Center, Joshua Project, Deaf in the United States People Group Profile, learn about the Deaf in the United States People Group. List of deaf organizations, National Association of the Deaf, that's NAD. Deaf culture. I know a lot because I worked at a parish. Yes, Holy Rood Iglesias, Santa Cruz in Washington Heights. I did. They had a deaf community there. They sure did. Well, I had to learn about it because I was there. That's right. I was, yes. Our work, Human Rights of the Deaf, WFD, Al Media, famous deaf people who changed the world, deaf culture. Yes, okay, here's all these things. Well, that's fantastic. It is. It's fantastic. I'm not sure what this has to do with the DPU.org, though, or the other thing. I don't know. I have no idea. I don't know. I have no idea. So let's get back to the other thing. Yeah, let's just get back to the other thing. Just the other thing. That's all. Just the other one right here. Because he does have Donna Brazil. Yeah. Here we go. The President 2012 election expert. Oh, sure.
PU is the preeminent nonpartisan student-led political organization at Dartmouth College, dedicated to promoting open discourse and challenging preconceptions.
In Dartmouth, Vermont.
To that end, the DPU hosts speakers from across the political spectrum, holds both student and expert debates, and organizes campus-wide discussions on relevant political issues. Our event tonight is the first in a series of...
He reminds me of the people at the Oxford debates. And the famous Oxford debates. Is this a wannabe or what? I don't know. God, it's ridiculous. Let's listen on.
Expert debates, the DPU debate series, which will take place throughout the academic year and will touch on some of the most important issues facing our nation and world. These debates are engineered to promote respectful conversations about the issues that really matter.
He sounds like these community guideline people that are part of the international globalist agenda. I think so.
This initiative is brought to campus with support from the Office of the President and Dartmouth Dialogues.
Oh, the Office of the President, the money guy in Dartmouth Dialogues. There's the real cash. So here's a globalist philanthropist routine in the private foundations who are problematic. Well, it's great they have a lot of money, but, well, anyway, it's just a lot. It can be problematic. It sure can.
Our event tonight would not have been possible without the support of our donors, the Office of the President, and the Office of Student Life, particularly President Bylock, Senior Advisor Drynan, and Assistant Dean McKenna. Thank you.
Yay. Oh, they're doing. What are they doing?
Before introducing our moderator and
Got to
debaters,
do something with
I would
the
like
cell
to share the
phone?
results of a poll conducted with the in-person audience, adopted from the Monk debate format. But I'm waiting on the results, so give me 1 second.
Seemed like election night in 2020. Waiting on the results.
Let's see.
You know what? My God. In February, whatever, when the pandemic came, well, I was online doing polls and everything already, like a long time ago. God, 4 years ago, I was a graduate student getting an MDiv at Union Theological Seminary. The pandemic came on March 8th. Gosh, by the end of the month, we were all up and online, classes and everything. Polling and this and that and Jamboree board, do board. Oh my God, it's 4 years ago. 4 years ago? Yeah, well, what the hell are they doing? Amateur hour or something? Amateur hour? And what's Donna Brazil doing at amateur hour? I don't care about Kellyanne Conway. You know.
If not, I'll share them at the end of the debate, too.
Oh, my God.
All right, we'll just do that. We'll keep
How
going.
unprofessional is this?
So now, the reason you're all here...
But he's at Dartmouth
Bobby
College.
Murphy,
Oh,
who
whoa,
will be
whoa,
moderating
whoa,
our
whoa.
debate
Sounds
tonight,
like
is the
Columbia
Vice President
College.
of Advancement for the Dartmouth Political Union, and a 25 studying economics and Chinese. Kellyanne Conway served as the campaign manager. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Malcolm Mahoney, and I am the president of the Dartmouth Political Union. On behalf of the rest of the DPU, it is my honor to welcome you to the press and the
They look like they're all not happy to be there.
2024 election, an expert debate between Kellyanne Conway and Donna Brazil. Founded in 2018, the DPU is the preeminent nonpartisan, student-led political organization.
2018. Oh, they're so new, aren't they? Maybe. Part of some radical takeover of college campuses, perhaps. Let's see.
At Dartmouth College, dedicated to promoting open discourse and challenging preconceptions. To that end, the DPU hosts speakers from across the political
It sounds like a brainwashing routine from some right-wing, left-wing radicalism.
spectrum, holds both student and expert debates, and organizes campus-wide discussions on relevant political issues.
I'm sure they do. Now, all you students get in here and we're going to tell you what to think now. I've seen all of that before. By another group of right-wing, radical left-wing, centrists, radical secessionists, separatists, egomaniacs. I'm going to save the world, yeah.
Our event tonight is the first in a series of expert debates, the DPU debate series.
He doesn't give the date still. It said posted on October 10th. I don't know.
Which will take place throughout the academic year and will touch on some of the most important
The academic year, when did that start? Like September?
issues facing our nation and world. These debates are engineered to promote respectful conversations about the issues that really matter.
Programmed like a series of things to roll out as needed.
This initiative is brought to campus with support from the Office of the President and Dartmouth Dialogues. Our event tonight would not have been possible without the support of our donors, the Office of the President, and the Office of Student Life, particularly President Bylock, Senior Advisor Drynan, and Assistant Dean McKenna. Thank you.
Is he trying to like say, they forcing him to do this? Help me, Louis student. Oh my gosh, I'm going to cry now. I've just had to do this. Mommy, daddy, help me, save me. Oh. No, he's standing there. He's responsible. He's part of it. Just don't pass the buck. The buck stops here. That's what Harry Truman said. He had a sign on his desk. The buck stops here. It stops right there. He's standing there. Oh, I don't know what the other ones are doing. But anyway, he named them all off. Let's see. I really doubt that Donna Brazil or Kellyanne Conway is in a position to orchestrate things like this. They're always an invited guest wherever they go. Yes, of course. Just ask Madeleine Albright. Just ask anybody, ambassador. Don't ask Kellyanne Conway. No, she's just there to, I'm not sure why. Part of the cover-up, I guess. I don't know. They might not. God, who knows? Well, they had to get to this room wherever it is. We'll find out. It might be right here in the United States. It just might be. Perhaps it is. It might be. I'm not sure exactly. Well, I was in Washington, D.C. on, the 7th day of October, because I went down on Sunday the 6th and stayed over at a Hilton Hotel and did a grand tour by myself of the city. Saw lots and lots of sights. I really love the Washington Monument, especially since it stands in the middle of the view from the Capitol to the Lincoln Memorial. I was a little disoriented, but we'll find out. We're going to see.
Before introducing our moderator and debaters, I would like to share the results of a poll conducted with the in-person audience, adopted from the Monk debate format. But I'm waiting on the results, so give me 1 second.
Seemed like election night in 2020. Waiting on the results.
Let's see.
Who's that lady speaking up? She's an older woman. Maybe she's a Bernie supporter. Let's go back and look at the chapters. Okay, here we go. dpu.org/Dartmouth. I don't know. Let's see. Let's see. Oh, I got to click the little button down here. I do. So it goes back this way. It'll be annoying watching the video, perhaps, but you can do something about it. I do. Adapt, okay? Yeah. Adapt or death, I guess. Species, right? The law of the jungle or something. Well, let's see. Here we go. Do I still have it up? Well, no, I don't, but it's easy enough. All right, deaf people. No, dpu.org. That's what I need. DPU, add a page to dpu.org. That's just one page, no active links. No, they don't have a chapter in Vermont. It's red, though. It's red. Virgin Islands isn't included. Puerto Rico's red. Yeah, it's red. Maybe that means they need coordinators. And here's places they have chapters. Maybe they're trying to get... I don't know. I have no idea. Washington, no. Montana. Or maybe they already have it. I don't know. Well, I have no idea. I don't even know. I have no idea they could be using the deaf people, too. Somebody could. Possible. I think so. Yeah. Vermont. Well, let's do deaf people unite. Let's do DPU. Yeah. dpu.org/DA /Vermont/VT. Let's see. Not found. DPU.org/DARTMOUTH. I don't know. Not found. Okay. Well, I don't know. We'll go back. Let's see. Well, we're going to go back. We're going to go back to the shoe. And here we go. I don't want to get too sidetracked.
If not, I'll share them at the end of the debate, too. All right, we'll just do that. We'll keep going. So now, the reason you're all here, Kavya Navarthi, who will be moderating our debate tonight, is the Vice President of Advancement for the Dartmouth Political Union and a 25 studying economics and Chinese.
Vice President for Advancement. And he's studying? Oh my God, I don't know. Let's see.
Kellyanne Conway served as the campaign manager of the come-from-behind victory of Trump-Pence 2016, making her the first...
No, she didn't. No, she did not serve in that position. I don't think so. I know about Kellyanne Conway and Steve Bannon and Cambridge Analytica and the really rich fat cat who put money in all that, and someone in Cambridge, Mass, and Cambridge, yeah, I know all about them. Ocean, Ocean, yeah, I know all about it. I do. Yeah, and how Ted Cruz was the chosen guy, and then the October surprise, whatever, he's out, Trump's in, goes on to victory. Yeah, I don't think Kellyanne, I don't know. We're going to find out. I just know too much. I really do know too much. Well, I just know this porridge is too cold, this porridge is too hot, this is just right. Oh, maybe.
Woman in U.S. history to successfully helm a presidential campaign. For nearly 4 years, Kellyanne served as assistant to the president and senior counselor to the president at the...
She was right in the White House. We do know that. Well, he told something right. Sort of. I think so. We'll see.
White House, working on a range of issues affecting both domestic and global policy.
Well, so was Steve Miller and all the holdovers from who's who amongst Republicans, going all the way back to Richard Nixon, and a whole bunch of castaways and holdovers. Yeah, well, we'll see.
Kellyanne is one of the most quoted and noted pollsters on the national scene.
Lie. She is not. No, Pew is. Monmouth, Pew, whatever, yeah.
Having provided commentary on thousands of television shows.
Not
She's
lie.
currently a Fox News contributor, featured multiple times per week.
That's
and
true.
for special coverage of debates, caucuses, primaries, conventions, general elections,
She is.
and other major events.
Well, why don't they have Frank Luntz then? Penn, who went to study in England at Oxford or Cambridge. Well, Frank Luntz is the best. He's the best Republican poster there is, and he's definitely partisan. Kellyanne Conway's not that. It's curious don't have Frank Luntz. Frank Luntz walked away from all of this Republican bullshit. He did. He says, I'm tired of you, because you wouldn't listen anymore to anything. So he walked away. Frank Luntz is the best there is. He invented the whole dial thing and opinion, all of that. He did. He walked away. He did. I know about it. I do. I've heard him speak about it, so that's why he's not there. Well, let's see.
Nate Silver's 538 recognized her firm as one of the top pollsters in the nation, with 91% accuracy in predicting races during the 2022 midterm cycle. Kellyanne's memoir, Here's the Deal, published in May of 2022, was a number...
Anyone can have a book if you hire a ghostwriter. I don't know. Let's see. I can find out later. Did Kellyanne Conway appear on major networks talking about her book? I don't know. We'll see. I'm sure not going to look it up on Amazon. Who cares about that? But I could find it if she talked about her book. Yeah, I could. Yeah.
One New York Times bestseller. Donna Brazil.
Well, New York Times is a tool anyway. For the world, globalist, internationalist, yeah. All the news is fit to print, meaning, the publisher. And the board of directors decides what the news is and what's fit to print and how to print it. They're not about truth or anything else. No, they're not. They're a corporation trying to maximize profits, period. You can't trust their bestsellers unless it's a cue to look at this or something. Whatever.
As a veteran political strategist, New York Times bestselling author, chair of the J. William Fulbright Foreign Scholarship Board, and sought-after Emmy and Peabody Award-winning media contributor to such outlets as ABC News, USA Today, and The Hill.
Lie.
She became the first African-American woman to serve as
Lies
the
like
manager of
a
a major
rug.
party presidential campaign.
This guy's lying like a rug. Yeah. He's not professional. He's childish and an amateur. Yeah. He knows what he's doing.
Running the campaign of former Vice President Al Gore. She previously
What
served
did
as
he just
interim
say?
chair of the
Al
Democratic
Gore.
National Committee.
What? Now, Donna Brazil's been a commentator. She has. I used to listen to her all the time. Professional commentator. Yes, she was a DNC person, too. Which puts her on the inside of the DNC. That's a problematic group. Yeah, because they just sort of did a big switcheroo between Biden and Harris, putting their finger in the wind. And that wasn't according to protocol either. Does she know protocol? I don't know. I just don't know. I don't know. What did he say about Donna Brazil?
Press and the 2024 election, an expert debate between Kellyanne Conway and Donna Brazil. Founded in 2018, the DPU is the preeminent nonpartisan student-led political organization at...
Well, neither one of them are an expert on this topic, whatever the topic is. It's just a name. Let's find out.
Dartmouth College, dedicated to promoting open discourse and challenging preconceptions.
It is not.
To that end, the DPU hosts speakers from across the political spectrum, holds both student and expert debates, and organizes campus-wide discussions.
Well, I received medical care at Dartmouth Hitchcock Hospital. It's as vacant as a tomb in there. I saw people visiting there. There's nobody there in the middle of the week getting medical care. That sounds like Bernie to me. It does. He's a radical leftist, rightist person as well. Another Saul Alinsky follower. Bernie is, of course.
Discussions on relevant political issues. Our event
What is
tonight
relevant?
is the first in a series of expert debates, the DPU debate series, which will take place throughout the academic year.
No,
and we'll touch
no.
on some of the most important issues facing our nation and world.
Since when does Dartmouth have any say in what's important facing the nation and the world? I don't think so. Who cares what Dartmouth thinks in their money or their foundations? I don't. I could give two shits less. Who are they? They're just like Harvard and Columbia. Think that they know everything in the world, I guess. No, they don't. Who cares? Go pound sand. Take your money and do something else with it. Yeah. I hope you have hard assets like gold or something. I hope it's not all digital, is it? Is all their wealth tied up in digital things? Is it? Maybe.
Debates are engineered to promote respectful conversations about the issues that really matter. This initiative is brought to campus with support from the Office of the President.
It sounds like the New York Times. All the news is fit to print. According to who? I don't know, someone's opinion. The globalist internationalists that are tied into all the money. Yep. And IRA pension funds and everything else. Sure, maybe. Let's see.
And Dartmouth Dialogues. Our event tonight would not have been possible without the support of our donors, the Office of the President, and the Office of Student Life, particularly President Bylock.
What donors? The globalist internationalists? Maybe. The moneyed private interests. Pension fund managers. The professional managers who manages the money of all the endowments. That's just a convenient excuse. God, are you kidding me? This is amateur hour. They keep putting these things up. I love it. It gives me something to talk about. It does. I'm not a professional commentator, and I'm not making any money for this. And I haven't made anything. In fact, I don't have any money today. Zero. Yeah, see, zero, like this. Well, that's what it says at the deaf website. It's this hand symbol. For zero? Maybe it is. Is it? I'd have to look it up. But that's what I do. Zero. It might be. I don't know. That's what was on the image. This was. It was.
Senior Advisor Drynan and Assistant Dean McKenna. Thank you.
Assistants of this and assistants of that. A bunch of people trying to look important. And him trying to score brownie points to look good. Part of the whole cabal around that. citations and all the other bullshit that higher ed invented. Yeah, well, they have to have followers, right? Foot soldiers.
Before introducing our moderator and debaters, I would like to share the results of a poll conducted.
Debaters. They're not debaters. This isn't a debate. It is not. It's an engineered and orchestrated conversation. We'll see.
With the in-person audience, adopted from the Monk debate format.
Who are the in-person audience? The people sitting there? Are they copying Frank Luntz? Are they? God, I don't know. He hasn't made any announcements about doing that. No instructions or cards or no dials or anything. No instructions about cell phone use and how to poll in. No, there aren't. Because if they did, then it'd be a digital record, and they don't want that.
But I'm waiting on the results, so give me 1 second.
Seemed like election night in 2020. Waiting on the results.
How about Gore v. Bush, 2000? That went down to one state, Florida. It should have went to the House. It didn't. Or did it?
Let's see.
This older person seems to know what she's talking about. Maybe, sort of.
If not, I'll share them
I'm
at
sure
the
she
end
does.
of the debate
Diversionary,
too.
perhaps.
All right,
she's not
we'll just do
pictured,
that.
so why
We'll
should I
keep
hear
going.
in her voice?
So now, the reason you're all here, Kavya Navarthi, who will be moderating our debate tonight, is the Vice President of Advancement for the Dartmouth Political Union and a 25 studying economics and Chinese. Kellyanne Conway served as the campaign manager.
Class of 2025, class of 1925, class of 2000, going to graduate in 2025? I don't know.
Of the come-from-behind victory of Trump-Pence 2016, making her the first woman in U.S. history to successfully helm a presidential campaign. For nearly 4 years, Kellyanne served as assistant to the president and senior counselor to the president at the White House, working on a range of issues affecting both domestic and global policy. Kellyanne is one of the most quoted and noted pollsters on the...
Was Kellyanne and her cabal of people not able to handle Trump once he got elected? Is that the problem? They elected somebody that wasn't in their pocket, and they're still scrambling around? Maybe.
National scene, having provided commentary on thousands of television shows. She's currently a Fox News contributor, featured multiple times.
Thousands is meaningless.
Per week, and for special coverage of debates, caucuses, primaries, conventions, general elections, and other major events.
No, Kellyanne didn't do that.
Nate Silver's 538 recognized her firm as one of the top pollsters in the nation, with 91% accuracy in predicting races during the 2022.
Who's Nate? I don't know.
During the 2022 midterm cycle. Kellyanne's memoir, Here's the Deal, published in May of 2022, was a #1 New York Times bestseller. Donna Brazil is a veteran political strategist, New York Times bestselling author, chair of the J. William Fulbright Foreign Scholarship Board, and sought after Emmy.
How did Donna Brazil get in charge of the Fulbright thing? My professor in college, law school, was part of the Fulbright. Stanley L. Paulson was. He's the real deal. I was offered a Fulbright but declined. I could have went to Germany and studied at Humboldt and other places. I didn't because I wanted to go see my mother in Connecticut and stay there because I hadn't seen her in a while.
And Peabody Award-winning media contributor to
Peabody, problematic. Private foundation money once again.
such outlets as ABC News, USA Today, and The Hill. She became the first African-American...
I knew the gentleman who was the original publisher of USA Today. I did. I met him. Sure I did. Yes, I did. He lives in Rhode Island. Or he did. He might be deceased by now. I knew his son and his family. Sure I did. I did, actually. Mm-hmm. Yes. Personally met him. Personally like that. Yeah, I did. I might have been at his house, maybe. I might have been, maybe in the vehicle outside in the drive or something. Maybe. I was on his property, so. In Rhode Island. I was. I wouldn't say it if it wasn't true. I have no reason to make up a story. I don't. No.
American woman to serve as the manager of a major party presidential campaign, running the campaign of former Vice President Al Gore.
I don't think she ran Al Gore's campaign. I don't think she did that. No. You'd have to see what she was doing before that. Is that like Stacey Abrams or something? I have no idea. Not really. I don't think Donna Brazil's ever served elected public office. I doubt it. He would have mentioned it, right?
She previously served as interim chair of the Democratic National Committee and of the DNC.
An interim chair? There isn't an interim chair of the DNC. No, I lived in Connecticut. Well, I know about the DNC really, really well. Of course I do. You know, come on. Stop it. Stop it, I say. It's not a contest here. Not with me. No, I lived the real deal that I lived. I know how the DNC works. I do.
DNC's Voting Rights Institute. In October 2017, Miss Brazil was a recipient of the W.E.B. Du Bois.
Miss Brazil? I don't know if she's married or not. Is it Mrs. or Ms.? He said Miss. Miss Brazil? Then that means she doesn't have a husband, never been married. Mrs. means she has a husband and was married or has been married. And but Ms. MS, which is a thing for neither, I don't know.
Medal, Harvard's highest honor in African American studies.
Problematic. Harvard. Oh, no, not that. I'm waiting for Stanford to come up.
She's the author of the 2004 best-selling memoir, Cooking with Grease, Stirring the Pots in American Politics.
That sounds like a mocking of the South to me. I'm surprised it didn't have grits or something in it. I'm surprised.
And the 2017 New York Times bestseller, Hacks, the inside story of the break-ins and breakdowns that put Donald Trump in the White House. Please join.
Well, that sounds like Bob Woodward and the Nixon problems, right? All the president's men and bullshit like that. Maybe it was. I don't know. It sounds stupid to me.
Join me in giving Kavya, Kellyanne, and Donna a warm welcome.
They're excited now, aren't they?
All right.
And who's that in the middle? Is that Malcolm in the middle? Malcolm in the middle. She takes the number one spot right in the middle. Oh, look at me. I'm so smart, Mommy, Daddy. Look at me. I'm doing so good now. Oh, I'm right here. Oh, my gosh. I'm so honored for all this. That's what I have to say. I don't give two shits who the hells they are. It's all suspicious to me. I already know what it is.
Are you nervous?
A little bit.
Don't be nervous.
What about you?
No, you.
Why is Donna speaking up now? Well, Donna's asserting herself as being in control. So it's not a debate, is it? An older black woman. Is Donna Brazil black or is she African American? I'd be curious how she's ever identified herself. Her own mouth speaking the words of who she is. Is she black or African American? Or not? Is Barack Obama black or is he African American? I do not know. What was Donna Brazil's role with Barack Hussein Obama? Well, she's asserting control over the situation. She is. That's not an appropriate role for somebody who's there to debate. It's not. She's disrespecting the person in the middle. Right now she is. At this very moment, she just did it.
You're here with two pros. What do you want to know, sis?
Oh, we'll get into
right.
it. We'll get into it.
Yeah.
Awesome. So thank you very much.
Show.
Mark.
It's a
It's
show.
an honor to be doing this.
Donna
and really
Brazil's
want to
making
extend
a big
huge
show.
thank you to Kellyanne and Donna for having
that's
this
really
really
her.
important discussion
Let's
on
see if the
Dartmouth
camera
campus
tunes
tonight.
in on her close
The
enough
way
for me
this
to
evening
tell.
is going to work
Her
is
hair
I'll
is
have several
wrong.
moderated questions, which I'll direct at one of you first, and then would love to hear some responses and interaction on both of your valuable perspectives.
Do you know how many times I've heard a young person talk like this? It's so staged. It is staged. It's staged somewhere.
We'll wrap up the evening with a roughly 20-minute audience Q&A, for which members of the audience can come into the aisles.
Is she going to say, if we have time and we're in a hurry and a rush?
We'll have mic runners there for you. So, go for it.
Mic runners. Mic runners. Oh, God.
Mics when it's not our turn to speak.
We'll try without that. We'll try without that. Hopefully we don't need to go there.
Well, we have a studio audience,
Yes, there you go.
and we all know that favors the moderator. Yeah, she's a student on campus, so you all are going to applaud her, right? Yeah. And I guess the other big issue is fact-checking. We'll get there.
She's in power.
That we will. That we will.
Ever who it is, they haven't zoomed in on her yet. I haven't seen her well enough to know if it's really Donna Brazil. I don't know who it is yet. It might be a Rich Little. I don't know. I don't know who that is over there until they zoom in on her.
Awesome. So I want to kick things off with a topic that I think many folks in the audience are really excited to hear about today, which is the upcoming presidential election. Both of you have managed Democratic and Republican presidential campaigns and have written and spoken extensively about working at these highest levels of your respective parties. I want to start with a question for you, Donna.
They're not from a respective party. No, they're not. No, they're professional, whatever they're professional at. They're not party people. No, they're not. Not rank and file, anyway. I'm a party person. I definitely am. Yeah, grassroots up. I sure am. I am. Oh. Can you smell what the Rock's got cooking?
You wrote at length in your book Hacks about what you saw as the influence of Hillary Clinton's campaign in the 2016 Democratic primaries. You say that what you learned of her financial influence over the primary, quote, looked unethical and compromised the party's integrity.
No, she didn't say any such thing about Hillary Clinton. She was a Hillary Clinton hoorah, hoorah, hoorah. A stalwart of the globalist internationalist agenda. I think Donna Brazil is as well. Based on her comments that were supposed to be for the Security Council of the United Nations. Well, that's the real Donna Brazil at the United Nations meeting. Security Council.
So my question is whether you feel what you saw in 2016 was a symptom of broader issues with primary politics, and if yes...
What kind of question do you feel? Feelings, whoa, 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 feelings... Wow, 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 feelings like I never had before. It's wonky again.
Do you feel that those issues are more present on one side than the other?
No, first of all, that's a great question. It's wonderful to be back in the great granite state.
It is the granite state of Vermont. Is she really there or not there? It sounds like her. Haven't got close enough to tell.
I've been coming here since I was 24. So for over 40 years, I've been able to purchase my winter clothes.
Oh, there you go. She just, oh, ho, ho. Well, what's her background? Is she West Indies or African or what? I wonder.
And it's really wonderful
They went to her first. Power position.
because I came here after working for Reverend Jesse Jackson, working for Dick Gephardt, working for Bill Clinton, of course, Al Gore.
I'm not sure. I'm still not too convinced. Is it the Donna Brazil double look-alike? You know, it might be. I'm not sure.
Of this state. I was here in January of 2008 when Hillary and Obama it was a squeaker campaign. Some of y'all might recall that election. Some people walked up and said, Donna, are you black? And I'm like, what? Are you a woman? And I figured out they were trying to.
Those questions weren't asked of people in 2008. They're doing the trans thing? Woman, black, what? Not in 2008. No, not in 2008. No, that wasn't in the political discourse yet.
Say, if you're black, you're for Barack Obama. If you're a woman, you're for Hillary Clinton. I said, but no, I'm getting old and gray. I might be for John McCain. So.
Not for John McCain, Hillary Clinton all the way. Come on. She obviously, I just said earlier, what did she identify as? Nothing. She's taking a pass on the important question.
I've been involved in 11 presidential campaigns.
That might
11.
be true.
I'm dedicated to not only my country, but I love the Democratic Party.
My country, 'tis of thee. Sweet. Well, I'd like to hear what she knows about the mall and public space and the Washington Monument and such, if she's dedicated to the country. Land of liberty, of thee I sing. Land where my fathers died. Maybe she means Africa. I don't know.
The oldest political party formed in 1828. And at the time...
The Democratic Party of 1828? No.
It was a pro-slavery party. So you can imagine the party that I...
No, it was divided, like many parties were. The election of 1860... Well, that was very divided. So was the election in 1876, and on and on and on.
I've been honored to serve is a party that is a different party in the 21st century. So 2016, we had what a exciting primary campaign. We had Hillary Clinton and Bernie Sanders and so many other candidates. I don't even want to repeat the other 18.
I remember how many there were. So many they couldn't fit them on the stage. This is when Kellyanne Conway and her group were backing Ted Cruz originally. Flipped in October for the big surprise to Trump. And Hillary lost. You have to listen to Bobby Mook, who was speaking on behalf of the Hillary Clinton campaign. Bobby Mook. Yeah.
Candidates. Some of them, may their memory be a blessing, as they say. God bless them. But one of the things I observed, it was a very close election. Remember, Bernie Sanders, who had...
Not closer than the 2000 election, Donna.
Run before, Bernie had some momentum. He was a United States Senator, and like the Republican Party, which Kellyanne can explain better than me,
Barack Obama made his rise when he ran for United States Senate in Illinois.
Because I'm an observer.
She's not an observer. I make observations. I'm an observer. Jimmy Carter's an observer, and his group. He's still alive. He just turned 100 recently. She's not an observer. She's a partisan. Kellyanne Conway's a partisan as well.
But to the Republican Party, I've only attended 5 Republican conventions compared to 11 for the Democrats. But
why would she be at their conventions? Okay, thank you, everybody.
The Democratic Party was like becoming 2-3 parties. 2-3 parties within one political party. So
because that's what they wanted, orchestrating it for a long time. The deep internationalist globalist state.
We had conservative, we had moderates, pragmatists, centrists, we had liberals, progressives, socialists. Socialists. The socialists.
That's her. She's a socialist, for God's sakes. Marxist, radical, Castro, Alejandro, Mayorkas, radical, union, radical.
Party wanted a home. Working Party they wanted a home inside the Democratic Party. So like Democrats, we say everybody can have a table, everybody can have a chair, but don't try to disrupt.
No, everyone has a seat at the table, but don't disrupt us.
And it was clear to us that there was going to be a disruption within the Democratic Party.
And they wanted
ranks.
that.
Now, as you can imagine, the establishment members of the Democratic Party came together and said, you know what? We're going to shut this down. We're not going to continue the debates, the town hall meetings. I got in trouble for that, too. We're not going to continue.
No. This is when they came up to the elaborate system. God, you know what? It's just too much for me. I know what it is.
This long conversation, which is what a primary season is all about, a long conversation with the voters about the issues, the tactics, the strategies. And what happened was the Clinton campaign, because they had taken a...
She's trying to indoctrinate this group of white people is what she's doing. I don't know, except for the one voice. Oh, the woman who spoke up, the older white woman. The woman power thing. Yeah. A white woman and a black woman together, or a white woman and... It's a white woman and a woman who won't identify. But that was a white woman speaking earlier whose voice just popped in. It was. Here she is, popping in again.
Brazil was a recipient of the W.E.B. Du Bois Medal, Harvard's highest honor. And
how is that possible? W.E.B. Du Bois, in order to go to Europe to study, came to Norwich, Connecticut, and got money from the Slater Foundation. Slater was a Congressional Gold Medal winner, and you can look it up on the list. How is it that Harvard's commandeered him? He did go to Harvard after he was in Europe. He wouldn't have got to Europe except for Slater. And he had to go to Norwich, Connecticut to get that. I lived in Norwich, Connecticut. I don't know about Slater.
African American Studies. She's the author of the 2004 best-selling memoir, Cooking with Grease, Stirring the Pots in American Politics, and the 2017 New York Times bestseller, Hacks, the inside story of the break-ins and breakdowns that put Donald Trump in the White House. Please join me in giving Kavya...
The break-ins? Sounds like Bob Woodward in his New York Times best-selling, doesn't it?
Kellyanne and Donna...
Bob Woodward was a naval intelligence officer.
Warm welcome.
Are you nervous?
It's the Alinsky method. All right, cheer up. All right. I've been to Alinsky trainings. I have.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Malcolm Mahoney, and I am the president of the Dartmouth Political Union.
That's not introduced.
On behalf of the rest of the DPU, it is my honor to welcome you to the press and the 2024 election, an expert debate between Kellyanne Conway and Donna Brazil. Founded in 2018, the DPU is the preeminent nonpartisan, student-led political organization at Dartmouth College, dedicated...
That's the midterm of Trump, 2018. Yeah. Let's run the table if we can. That's what you do when you play 8-ball. Yeah.
To promoting open discourse and challenging preconceptions. To that end, the DPU hosts speakers from across the political spectrum, holds both
Does he mean open source again?
student and expert debates, and organizes campus-wide discussions on relevant political issues.
I know who does that.
Our event tonight is
On
the
the
first in a
Republican
series
side.
of expert debates,
Colleges.
the DPU Debate Series, which will take place throughout the academic year and will touch on some of the most important issues
Those posts all had a home at the Daily Wire. They did.
facing our nation and world. These debates are engineered to promote respectful conversations about the issues that really matter.
Controlled and monitored.
This initiative is brought to campus with support from the Office of the President and Dartmouth Dialogues. Our event tonight would not have been possible without the support of our donors, the Office of the President, and the Office of Student Life, particularly President Bylock, Senior Advisor Drynan, and Assistant Dean McKenna. Thank you.
Hard held. Thanks for that.
Before
guess.
introducing our
Seems
moderator
like
and
it.
debaters, I would like to share the results of a poll conducted with the in-person audience, adopted from the Monk debate format. But I'm waiting on the results, so give me 1 second.
Seemed like election night in 2020. Waiting on the results.
Let's see.
That was a controlling statement to make.
If not, I'll share them at
It
the
wasn't
end of the
helpful.
debate too. All right, we'll just do that. We'll keep going.
Doesn't help me or anybody
but,
else.
So now, the reason you're all
There
here,
you heard her.
Kavya
Whoever
Navarthi,
she
who will be
is.
moderating our debate tonight,
Anonymous,
is the
right?
Vice President of Advancement
Could
for
be
the Dartmouth
anybody.
Political Union.
This long conversation, which is what a primary season is all about, a long conversation with the voters about the issues, the tactics, the strategy.
Sounds like Africa to me. The presidents of the countries of Africa who joined together and signed a declaration declaring the United States of Africa. Just the presidents, not anybody else. That's Donna's routine. I already know. That's Barack Obama's routine, too. That's the routine of the globalist internationals, including Antonio Gutierrez.
And what happened was the Clinton campaign, because they had taken
She's trying to rewrite history, saying what she believes it is or telling them what it is. She's not in charge of history. No.
a majority of the delegates, but had not secured the nomination or been blessed with the nomination at the Democratic convention.
Blessed or not blessed? Blessed. Oh, that's a Christian thing. A radical Christian thing out of Africa.
In Philadelphia, they began to essentially write the checks for the Democratic Party. That was not fair. And I said so. And so I'm not ashamed of writing that. I'm not ashamed that in a process by which
She should be ashamed of herself for subverting the United States government. She took an oath of office. She's an ambassador now, isn't she? She has to raise her hand. I, Donna Brazil, do solemnly swear to protect and defend the Constitution of the United States as an ambassador. She does.
you are being held accountable to the voters, those of you who are Democrats.
And she's being held to the Constitution of the United States of America. She's a serving ambassador to the Constitution, nothing else.
It's wrong. And the media, those of you who cover our politics.
Our politics? Who's our? Radical leftist globalized Africa something?
You know, we have rules, and we need to follow those rules. And so, yes, I raise objections.
I'm following the rules right now. Congress shall pass no law abridging freedom of speech, which includes anybody in the soil of the United States of America can say whatever they want. So maybe she is on the soil. I don't know.
To that. And perhaps as a result of that, I told Kellyanne, everybody is getting paid in the Kamala Harris world but me. They're pissed off at me still. And I'm glad, because I will raise objections again until you secure the party's not.
I'm objecting. I object. I'm objecting right now to Donna Brazil and whatever the hell she stands for. I'm sitting in Brooklyn, New York. I don't know where she is. Yeah. I'm reclining in my bed. I am. I sure am. I don't know. I'm relaxing. I don't know what she's doing.
Nomination, you do not run and write checks for the party. You must become the nominee after the convention. You can become the presumptive nominee, but it's not until the delegates who are elected by you, the people.
Are you kidding me? It sounds like the UN World Parliament or something, or the World Parliament of Europe.
Until you decide, no one should run the party simply because they're ahead in the.
Yes, they should. We elect party people to run it for us. It's representative.
contest. And I'm sorry it took so long, Kellyanne, but I took a few minutes of your time. I'll give them back to you later.
It's okay.
Yeah.
Oh, listen to her. The big boss. I'm putting down the law. I am Donna Brazil. Yeah. Me, Donna. I'm in charge. Oh, I'm getting paid now. She's been getting paid all along. What the hell you talking about?
Would love to have you weigh in here, Kellyanne, and specifically if you can, touch on this idea that Donna brought up of an establishment within the party that, might be infringing on some of the democratic process.
Yes, let me just echo my gratitude for hosting us tonight. It's very nice to be here with you. Thank you for the lovely introduction. Thank you for moderating. Love being here with my friend and colleague, Donna.
That's not Donna Brazil. That is not Kellyanne Conway. It's not. I don't know who that is. That's not Kellyanne Conway. I don't think it is. No, that's Donna Brazil, though.
Brazil. I think there are several things in your first question that are incredibly important and easy to miss in everyday.
Well, now this text is coming up at the bottom, reading it out. It wasn't there before. I didn't touch it and turn it on. Well, it's on. I didn't have it on before. It came on. I didn't have it on.
Jeez. Our event tonight is the first in a series.
Paying because they had taken a majority of the delegates.
I was told, you can't win. You're a peanut farmer from Georgia. What a joke. I mean, in defense of him, and God bless him on his 100th birthday. I mean, truly remarkable. He had been a nuclear physicist. He was governor of Georgia.
He wasn't a nuclear physicist. No, he wasn't. I don't know. God, what the hell's going on here? It's a comedy show, I think. Satire.
You can't win. He said, thanks so much, and became president. Bill Clinton was told, you can't win. You're governor of the second poorest state in the country. You have a woman problem. Fact check, Drew. But what a ridiculous idea. Step aside. You have Paul Songas. You have this one. People that you've never even heard of were supposed to beat Bill Clinton. Thanks for the advice. He runs anyway, becomes a 2-term president. Barack Obama. You can't win. Wait your turn. She's got it all wrapped up. Thanks for the advice. Runs as a 2-term president. Republicans were told, you can't win. Oh, you're right. I was such a stupid idea for me to run in the first place. And Donald Trump turned that on its head. He was told every single moment, you can't win. What a ridiculous idea.
No, he wasn't ever told that. He was not.
And he beat 17 people in the primary. Why is this important? Because primaries are healthy. Competition built this country. You got to Dartmouth. I get goosebumps thinking it, and I knew 2 of you by name. I get goosebumps thinking that you beat the competition to be in this esteemed institution. Competition is healthy. You knew that somebody wasn't going to look at your application and say, approve, disapprove, yes, no. No.
This is a whole debate. Oh, my God. Oh, my God. Oh, God, help us all. Please, God, help us all. Please, God, help us. Lord G-D, help us all, please.
You're going to be assessed alongside other people. And I bet that in your lives, as successful as you are, you have faced competition and come out on the losing side and thought, well, that's not fair, or maybe I'll try harder next time, etc.
Is she lecturing a group of white people sitting there? Is this white on white criticism?
What's happening when you don't have competition? What happened with President Biden in the primaries this year when they told RFK Jr., we will not recognize you. There will be no debates. Jamie Harrison, the head of the DNC.
They didn't tell him that. No, they didn't tell him that. No, they didn't tell him that. No, he got his message out. He did. I heard his message. I heard Robert F. Kennedy Jr.'s message. I know what it is. I heard his speech when he spoke and explained why he wasn't removing himself from the campaign, just certain states.
A job that Donna did brilliantly years ago. He said there will be no debates. You will not have access to our donor list. You will not have access to our voter rolls. So they want a primary. And so what happened with RFK Jr.? You kick him out of the party, he's more dangerous to you. He's on the ballot in states. He's helping Trump now. I would have kept him.
No one kicked him out. He didn't leave. He just stopped in certain states. He didn't suspend his campaign. He got millions of signatures all across the country.
I think, to your point about the establishment, when the establishment encounters an insurgent, it's better to keep them in the tent. Because I can't think of a single state in the primaries or caucuses where RFK Jr. would have beaten Joe Biden. I can't think of a single state. So just keep him in.
I didn't stay on the inside because I didn't have to. I left a long time ago. No. I'm not a political operative, for God's sakes. No, I haven't been on a ballot since 2011 for a local race. That's it. I don't know. It's funny, all this stuff was dated the 10th. The 10th month and the 10th hour, and the 10th month, the 10th day, the 10th hour at 20 seconds before.
There, make him an ally. What happened on the other side? Donald Trump, a former president who announced before anybody else on November 14th, 2022, announced before anybody else. Ron DeSantis took 6 more months and it cost him. Yeah. He's a former president now running for president, but he's not alone. There are 9 or 10 other Republicans running in the primaries.
No, there isn't. There is not. There's 2 people. Kamala Harris and Donald J. Trump. That's it. Where are they and who's in the audience? Where are they all locked up at?
That was good for Trump. It was very good for Trump. Competition sharpens you up.
No, Kellyanne Conway et al. Were good for Trump.
In 1997, the summer of 1997, Donna and I were born then, maybe a lot of people in this room were. 1997.
Donna wasn't born in
I
1997.
go to Indianapolis for some big cattle call speech, and all the presidential candidates are going to go, and they invite me to talk about polling or whatnot. And there's a guy named George W. Bush. He's the governor of Texas. I knew him because he was part owner of the Texas Rangers, and Major League Baseball had been a big client of mine for about 11 or 12 years. So that's how I knew him. But I knew he was the governor. I knew his father had been president and vice president. He comes, he gives an okay speech, and the media go, this guy's going to be the next president. He said, this is the summer. This is August of 1997. We are closer to the 1996 race where Bill Clinton beat Bob Dole.
That's not true. That was for the 2000 race. It'd been the summer of 99 or before. It would have been.
Would be reelected than we are to the 2000 race by many months, by many years. And yet they cleared the field. They said, this is the guy. And other people ran. Vice President Quayle ran, Elizabeth Dole ran, Steve Forbes ran. Many people ran for president that year. They didn't have a chance against this guy. They cleared the field for Bush early. And you know what they kept saying? I say, well, why do you support him? He can win. Okay, what makes you think he can win? Well, he's high in the polls. So yeah, he is high in the polls. How'd he get there? Well, everybody thinks he can win. They wrote him a check. He raised all that money. It becomes circular. He gets to New Hampshire, and John McCain is still in the race, and John McCain beats George W. Bush.
You talking about the circular economy? I don't know.
In the New Hampshire primary in February of 2000 by 18 points. 18 points. Because we, the people, don't want to be robbed of our choice and our voice by you telling us.
I'm so tired of these people stealing my ideas. They are. God. Nobody talks like this. She's never talked like this. I'm the only one who's talked like this. And I've only talked about them privately in my house on audio and on these videos. There's no videos of her ever talking like this. Or Donna Brazil either. Yeah, what the hell's going on? I know what's going on. I do. I know exactly what's going on. I already know. I knew before I even started the video, as you remember. It's on the video, you can hear what I said before they even spoke. I'd never seen it before. My YouTube history shows when I've watched something and not, and win and stuff. They know that.
Who's going to win? And what else in our lives do we accept that, by the way? You can go to Starbucks and get a drink customized 14,000 ways. You don't. You get the same one and they put your name on it.
In your family, you don't do that. That's what I said. Why is she talking about Starbucks and Mr. Schultz?
And it makes you feel special. Probably not. You can get it done 14,000 different ways. So what in our life mimics this political, clear the field, no competition, oh poor you? Nothing. Certainly not you sitting in these seats or us sitting up here in front of you. So competition is healthy.
It's
and
maniacal.
I think the one thing that President Trump was able to...
Brazil and Conway are maniacal. They are deranged. They don't like constitutionalism. No, they don't. Of course they don't. Yeah.
do for the Republican Party, in addition to make it the party of the worker, which is huge, is...
The Republican Party is not the party of the worker. Donald Trump's the nominee right now. It's never been known as the party of the worker. It's always been known as the party of the rich and elite. It might have been the party of Lincoln, but not anymore. It's no longer the party of Richard Nixon either. Yeah, he got railroaded out by Democrats and Republicans working together. He wasn't impeached despite what Hillary Clinton has said. That's a lie. But it is true that Alejandro Marcos was impeached, but no trial held.
Challenge and beat the establishment. And the Democrats now have the opposite problem, I think, with Hillary Clinton and then Joe Biden. They were the elevate and elect the young, compelling, articulate outsiders. Barack Obama, JFK, Bill Clinton, even Jimmy Carter, 100 now, but 52 when he was elected, a young man. And so I think it's important to have, now I want to say something about money. Money in politics is distortive. Money in life is distortive. Money in politics is distortive.
What about Citizens United during Barack Obama? That's what put money really into the politics. Why are they quoting me and others? Stealing my ideas and intellectual property? I think so.
Because there's an article today in a prominent newspaper, and it says after raising $1 billion, the Kamala campaign worries about raising money.
She hasn't raised
I think after
$1
$1 billion,
billion.
it's not the money you have to worry about. You should have been able to put this away a long time ago if the money mattered. In 2016, we spent less than 1/3 of what Hillary Clinton spent, and I think her money was distortive. And in 2020, when Trump lost to Biden, guess what happened? They had $1.6 billion in the Trump campaign, and they pissed a lot of it away. And I'm not breaking news, I wrote it in my book.
I'm not breaking any news because I never have.
So what?
That's true.
On American
There's a
soil
reason I
they
still have
are,
a good
huh?
relationship with President Trump. I'm
They
very
must be.
respectful, often deferential.
They'd be
to all
arrested if they were
ex-presidents.
somewhere else.
There aren't that many of them, and the first ladies. But I also tell it like it is. And I'm very critical of the 2020 Trump campaign. Why? Because of the money. They spent $1.6 billion and ran out of money late in the game to run ads in Michigan and Wisconsin. What are you doing running a Super Bowl ad? Does anybody remember the Super Bowl ad? On February 2nd?
Yeah, I remember the Super Bowl ad in 1984 that Steve Jobs ran that appeared in limited market. Yeah, I do. 1984. Super Bowl ad, limited markets. Not everyone.
2020, anybody remember it?
I do.
Of course not, and you follow this stuff. $11.5 million. It's a vanity project. $11.5 million for a Super Bowl ad. And I love the woman that was in the ad. Her name is Alice Johnson. She benefited from Trump's criminal justice reform. She's a beautiful person who, you know, based on a drug charge, is going to serve 35 years or something crazy. She's lovely.
Allison Johnson. What? Well, here's some work for Allison Johnson, supposedly. Supposedly. As limited LTD, Great Britain. I don't know. Here's an Allison Johnson. Yeah, here's another Allison Johnson. On Pinterest. Doesn't work. Oh, it does. I don't have a secret. That's not her work. I don't know. We'll pick this. I have to pick 3? I'll pick that. All right, so much for that. Yeah, so much for that.
Lovely person. I love her, but I didn't need to see her in a Super Bowl ad 9 months before an election where you're running out of money to put up ads. So when you have too much money, you spend it unwisely. Don't we all know it? And so that is important in politics. It's incredibly important in presidential politics because it proves the old adage to be true. It started on Wall Street, but it's really true in American politics in the 21st century. The fastest way to make a small fortune is to have a very large one and waste most of it. And I will say this. I think that Kamala Harris has so much money. She's I know a couple of her advisors very well. I'd say 2 of them I would call my friends. And one of them told me recently over a very small dinner about something else that they have, quote, we have so much money we don't know how to spend it. That's a problem.
You should call
I know.
me.
Call Donna. The Donna Brazil. It's a much better return on investment. But I wanted to say this to you because here's what I think is happening to the Harris campaign right now. They have so much money to spend on ads, and they are. And if you live in a place like New Hampshire, you're seeing a lot of them. And the problem with that is very simple.
Well, I don't have to see ads. No, I see them actually speaking. Trump and Harris. Speaking, I do. On camera, I do.
The first 5 or 7 times I see you on my TV or I hear you in my ear or I see the ad pop up on my phone or my computer, I'm like, whoa, holy crap. Trump said that? The Republicans believe this? Whoa, that scares me. I can't vote for them. The 49th to 53rd time you tell me, now I'm pissed off because you think I'm stupid and impressionable and that I didn't hear you the first 48 times. So there are these stages in politics, particularly with advertising. We go from penetration of the voters, which you want to do, but we go from penetration to saturation, which is dangerous. And then now we're at inundation. And I think it's costing her. Because after a little while, you go from being upset with and training your ire and fire on the subject matter of the ad, and you shift it over, Katya, to the sponsor of the ad. And they should be spending their money honestly doing other things. I'm glad they're doing it, by the way, because if the election were held today, Trump would win. It's not being held today, but it's been a pretty good time for him. She's got the money, he's got the momentum. He'd rather be him.
No, I disagree. 26 days is a long, long time in American politics. And while, you know, we saw the fracture in the Democratic Party coalition in 2016, it was a real fracture. Trump didn't crack the blue wall. Hillary Clinton campaign left the damn door open. If the door is open, you don't crack anything. But with a door open, and the fact that you're not minding the store, making sure that you're delivering for the American people, talking to the American people where they are, not just on television or radio with digital spots, but talking to them where they live, in their living rooms, in union halls, and in their grocery stores. I mean, you got it on their college campus. That's how you win elections. The reason why this election is close, and don't be scared by $1 billion. I'm scared by it because I never had $1 billion. I had 65 million. And we lost by 537 votes. That was a close election. I mean, for the...
What is that? 537. Is that the Clinton-Gore campaign? I don't know.
last 6 cycles, we've had extremely close elections. I mean, we can go up to certain counties and certain states.
Well, isn't it too bad? It doesn't matter who wins on November 5th. Or who the Electoral College votes for and when the votes are counted. All that matters is January 20th, when the person stands there and takes the oath. There's a lot of time between now and then. Well, they're swamped. The Black Swan event. Yeah, right. IMAI. Maybe, I don't know.
The so-called blue wall and say, how come you in Lackawanna? How come you can't make up your mind? How come you in Chester and the Collar counties? How come you in the wild counties in Wisconsin? What's wrong with you? Come on, Georgia. North Carolina? I mean, this is going to be decided by less than 100.
I don't know. I'm sitting in Brooklyn, New York. I'm safe and fine, and everybody else here is, basically. I think. I don't know. I'm all right. I'm laying in my bed. I'm going to church tomorrow. I don't know. I mean, I don't know. New York City will not fall. Neither will I, or the people who live here. We want... Oh, well.
1,000 people. It may have been 537 in my race in 2000. But you know what? I don't blame, having debates or not having debates on why we lost in 2000. I blame the fact that Tennessee was supposed to be Al Gore's home state.
There never was any debates about that. Not amongst American people. We accepted what we were told, and I know what we were told.
I did try to encourage him to put Tina Turner on the ticket because she was born in Tennessee, but we didn't mind the store. When you don't mind the store and leave a wall open, a door open, someone with the gift, I'm saying the gift and talent of Donald Trump, a performer, he knows. He walked right through that door and presented himself on August 18, 2016, and August 19th, he was in Detroit like he was today, and he basically told black voters, what the hell do you have to lose? I'm probably the only person in the universe, the Democrats, that said, did you hear what he just said? He's ready to engage and talk to black voters.
Frank Luntz tried to get the Republicans to do something.
as if, and this was about policy. Now imagine the Democrats are taking the black vote for granted, the young vote for granted, certain other voters for granted. And somebody all of a sudden want to have an engaging conversation with you. That's how Trump won. He was able to talk to voters that Democrats stopped talking to. And you can spend $2 billion, Elon Musk billion, and many more billions, but we're very polarized, and you're going to...
Oh my God. I don't really give two shits about any of this. I'm not running for political office. I don't want a political office, and I have no money. Nope, I don't. I don't have any money. No, I don't. Here's me. I mean, here I am. I mean, here's me. Here's my pot of grease on the stove, right there. I mean, I ate my breakfast. Yeah, it's a mess around here. My house is a mess. It is. It is a mess. Because I'm aggravated out of my mind. I'm trying to get out of here. My heat's not on yet. No, it's not. Should be by now. It should be. I gotta get back in bed myself. I do. Because I'm too tired to sit up. I either have to walk or lay down. That's right. And so I'm laying down. I'm going to church tomorrow. Like I always do. Yeah. Oh, God.
Have to convince less than 100,000 people across 7 battleground states. You're going to have to convince them. You're going to have to motivate, persuade them. And yes, for the first time in my adult life, my Democratic coalition is not just Bernie Sanders supporting Kamala Harris.
She has no coalition. Neither does Kellyanne Conway. They have nothing. I don't either. No. I'm not a political person. I'm not. Well, let's listen to the rest she's going to say. I'm going to turn it off. 26 minutes in. I'm at an hour and 32.
Also, Dick Cheney. I never thought I could drink this Kool-Aid. And we're trying to put together a different coalition. And it may take $1 billion, $1.5 billion, $1.7 billion to make it happen.
Deaths. Maybe. Death.
Because we cannot win with the same group of voters that I relied on as Al Gore's campaign manager or the Clinton campaign may have ignored in 2016 when Donald Trump won by less than 80,000 votes.
I've only managed 3 campaigns ever in my life, and that was the summer of '94. That's it. For state representative in Connecticut. That's all I've ever done. That's it. All I've ever done. I'm not a political person or an operative.
Flip it. 4 years later, Joe Biden wins by only 45,000 votes. Folks, we're not talking about a lot of people. We're talking about 45 counties. If I can go out there and cook gumbo and jambalaya and dirty rice and etouffee and some boudin sausage, God, I would do it just to end this tomorrow. But it's going to go down to the wire. And it's really about we the people. All of you, each and every one of you, your vote matters.
I don't think so. No. Not really. No, it doesn't. I live in the Little Caribbean, wherever that is. I do. But I live in a neighborhood of a lot of people. Like most neighborhoods. In Brooklyn, anyway. It's different in Manhattan. It's different over there than it is over here in Brooklyn. It is different. I can't explain it, but it is different. Well, that's where I am. I'm in Brooklyn. Sitting in my bed with the covers all pulled up. Yeah, I am. The blanket that I bought in the summer of 2019 to come to Union Theological Seminary. Yeah, they're all entwined too. Yeah, Columbia Union, Episcopal Divinity School, the Episcopal Church, the Catholic Church, everybody's embroiled. They are. Oh, well. We'll see. I'm going to church tomorrow. I usually try to go on Sundays. Yeah. Because I'm Christian and I like to go to church when I can. Not always, sometimes. I go to different places too. Yeah, I do. Whatever. Well, I'm not sure exactly. Well, there's a couple places in Manhattan I like to go to. And, well, here too in Brooklyn and whatever. I don't know. I'll see what... I might not go anywhere tomorrow. I might stay in bed to try to rest up because I'm still tired. I don't have heat. I don't have any money. I have zero in my bank account. I don't know how much I have left on my food card. I don't know, actually. I'm not sure. No, I'm not sure. Yeah, I've resorted to eating right out of the can, actually. Just right out of the can. I'm too tired to cook. I am, so I just eat it out of the can, that's all. Or the jar, whatever. That's what I do. Oh, well. That's what I do anyway. We'll see. I don't know. Let's just tell it how like it is.
Your vote matters. We live in a democracy. It's we the people.
No, it doesn't.
But you're going to have to convince many of our American citizens who are living on the outskirts of hope. They're living on the outskirts of hope. And they're looking for someone to help lead them forward.
Well, I thought the candidates are doing that. I don't know what they're talking about. There's nobody in Brooklyn or Manhattan living on... No. I don't know. I get out and walk the streets and go places and visit places and see what's going on and everything. I don't lead anybody. Nobody leads me. I don't know what the hell they're talking about. I thought Barack Obama and Bill Clinton came to Manhattan with Joe Biden to Carnegie Hall. I thought so.
And that's why I believe Vice President Harris' new way forward will allow them
New way forward.
to find the circle of opportunity.
New way forward? What new way forward? New way forward. I don't care I don't even know what that means. No, people will vote on November 5th. Hopefully I'll be going to Europe by then. Hopefully. I'm trying to get to Rome, yeah? To go to Vatican City and continue my, my spiritual journey. Yeah, that's why I came to Union to begin with in 2019. Yeah, that's all I want to do. Yeah, I'm tired of being here. I can't leave. I just can't leave here. I've tried to get out. I went to Boston once. I've been to D.C. twice now. I was there for my birthday, the 20th and 21st by train, up and back. And then I just went on the 10th, on the 7th, the 6th. Went down by train and came back by bus. God, I couldn't get back the train. I don't know. It was messed up. Thank God there was a bus. Had to pay for it, though. Thank God I had enough money. My own money. Thank God I had enough or I'd been stuck. Last time I was in D.C. over the 20th, 21st, I didn't have enough cash to get back. Somebody was kind enough to help me out on a train ticket. Kindness, that's all. That's it. That's how I got back. And I got some money for some food from somebody. That's it. And I just went down and back. So I'm not going anywhere until I go to Rome. That's it. That's all. I'll get my Social Security on November 3rd, 1500, so maybe I can go then. I don't know, maybe not. I'd like to, we'll see. I'm trying to go now. Yeah, I don't have any money to go. If I had the money, I'd already be gone. But I don't. That's okay. I'll get the heat turned on. Well, I have a little heater. It's electric. I can plug it in if it gets too cold. Yeah. Put some more blankets on or whatever. Go to a food pantry and get some food if I needed it, so I don't have to buy it. But I haven't had to do that, really. I haven't went to a food pantry and got food. I had to do that when I lived in New Hampshire, though. Yeah, it was terrible. It was all right, though. I survived.
So I'm giving Kamala Harris advantage tonight, but not by much. This election may come down to 30,000 Americans. I wish I knew their names. I wish I had $1 million just to cook the gumbo, because it will not, I'm telling you, those ads will not work. I could do a different ad and get a better result than some of these ads. And Kellyanne is absolutely right. I'm sick of the ads on both sides. First of all, you're disrupting my football season. I mean, I used to enjoy HGTV when I thought it was adult porn. They were stripping stuff to the studs, but now they're interrupting HGTV with political ads. That should be outlawed. I want to see them get the stud right. Get the wall up.
Well, here's Donna Brazil. This one. Brazile. ILE. Here's one. 1 month ago. 1 month ago. 6 years ago. 5 years ago. 5 years ago. 6 years ago. 6 years ago. 7 years ago. 6 years ago. 6 years ago. 1 year ago. People also search for.
Former New Jersey Governor Chris Christie joined ABC News.
So I was confused for a minute. I was. Yeah, Donna Brazil is an ambassador. No, here's the ambassador. High hopes for new U.S. ambassador to the United Nations on her first day, February 26, 2021. After the Biden debacle and the Trump take on the thing. It is the first day on the job for the new United States ambassador to the United Nations, Linda Thomas Greenfield, has the task of preparing relationships damaged by Donald Trump's time in office. Her appointment has been widely welcomed and even has Russia's approval. Al Jazeera's diplomatic editor, James Bays, reports from the UN. Oh, put up by, who did it? Whose channel is it? Oh, Al Jazeera. It's on Al Jazeera. It is. Al Jazeera English. Oh. Yeah. There it is. November 23rd, 2006. Yeah, I'm a subscriber. I believe so. Well, here we go. This isn't the UN in the United States, in New York City. This is in Europe. It is.
Arriving at United Nations headquarters on the first day in her job, Ambassador Linda Thomas Greenfield first presented her diplomatic credentials to the UN Secretary-General Antonio Guterres.
Madam Ambassador, you are very much welcome.
The 68-year-old is a veteran US diplomat, forced to retire by the Trump administration after a 35-year career in the State Department, ending up as the U.S. official in charge of African affairs.
Throughout my time representing America all over the world, I found that diplomacy is about showing compassion. It's about managing points of differentiation, and it's about bringing people together. The United Nations is the world's most important forum for bringing people and countries together, and I take that seriously as a U.S. diplomat.
Ambassador Thomas Greenfield is very different from her two predecessors. Donald Trump's two ambassadors were Nikki Haley, a leading political figure who previously served as the governor of South Carolina, and Kelly Craft, whose family donated over $2 million to the Trump campaign and inauguration before she was rewarded with the ambassadorship to Canada and then the UN. Even Russia, often an adversary to the US on many issues in the Security Council, seems pleased by the new appointment.
We heard that she's a professional. She's one of...
That room is in Vienna. I believe the United Nations headquarters in Vienna. It's not in New York City. No. It's not. The building, no, it's not. It's not there. We're not meeting there. So here.
Us, let's put it this way. It's always easier to interact with professionals.
Trump's America First policy meant the US lost influence in international institutions, just as China stepped up its engagement and assertiveness at the UN. Campaigners now hope the Biden administration will bring a fresh focus on human rights.
What we really need is a US ambassador who is going to call China out for its abuses and actually take some action. It's not good enough anymore to give sound bites to journalists saying that China must do better on human rights. We actually need some action taken given the severity of the situation in areas like Xinjiang, but honestly, even beyond that.
The new ambassador couldn't ask for a more high-profile start. Every month, the UN Security Council presidency goes to a different country. On the 1st of March, it's the US's turn, and Ambassador Thomas Greenfield will be...
Yeah, that's how the EU operates. Which is bogus bullshit anyway. Yeah, it goes back to the problem. Oh, well.
...chairing the Council's proceedings. James Bays, Al Jazeera, at the United Nations.
Oh, wow.
Hello, I'm Elise Labott. Thank you all for being here. I'm the new Murrow Press Fellow here at the Council on Foreign Relations, and this is my first event presiding, not as a member, but as a member of the staff of the Council.
They're supposed to be headquartered in New York City. Council on Foreign Relations is, I'm in New York City. Do you think I could even find their address? No. They're supposed to be here. They're not. What if they are? I don't know where they are. I can't find their address. I can't even go to the building for the Council on Foreign Relations. Couldn't find an address. I tried to go, couldn't find an address. Anywhere. I wasn't going to go to the New York Public Library and go to the research place and ask. No, I'm not going to do that. No, anyway. Okay, here we go.
So I'm thrilled to be here, and I just, if you don't mind, want to give a shout out to my other military fellows and intelligence and nuclear fellows that are also here, really soaking up you and the community, and we're really looking forward to it this year. It's so great to see so many friends in the audience. My first job was covering the United Nations, and so I'm thrilled to be here with Ambassador Linda Thomas Greenfield. Just a couple of quick announcements. Just want to remind you that this meeting is on the record. We're joined here by council members here in New York and more than 250 on Zoom. So the ambassador is going to make some remarks, and then...
If they're in New York, I don't know where they are. I couldn't find their address, so... Well, I was going to go visit them. I tried, but I couldn't find an address. Couldn't find an address, so well.
We'll have a discussion, and then we'll open it up to questions from you. Thank you so much for being here.
On the record. Meaning, I swear by the moon and the stars above September 12th. Just a month ago. Yeah, just a month ago. Just a month ago. Put up by Council on Foreign Relations. I don't know where the hell they are. I don't know. Couldn't find them. They're supposed to be here in New York City. I couldn't find them in New York City. So, anyway, I don't know. Who knows? I don't know. Oh, well.
Good afternoon, everyone. It's really great to be here with all of you. And let me just start by thanking the Council on Foreign Relations for having me today and for having me at other locations as well. And I particularly want to thank you, Elise, for taking the time to sit down with me and for what I know will be a very insightful conversation. I was looking at your bio and I saw that you graduated from University of Wisconsin, so we have that in common. So I'll look forward to, off the record, having a talk about your experiences.
Yeah, so whatever. That's not helpful to me. I just want to go to Rome, that's all. Go to Vatican City. That's all I'm interested in.
In the Badger State. Today, we officially begin the 10-day countdown to High Level Week. First Avenue traffic.
No, there was no High Level Week in UN. I was over there. What didn't happen? There was no traffic. There wasn't. I was there. I went. Yes, I did. It wasn't there. Are you kidding me? It wasn't. It's part of the charade, I guess. I don't know. I have no idea. I don't know. I don't care. I listened to speeches during the whole High Level Week. I did. They weren't at the UN in the United States. I know that much. I don't think so. If they are, I don't know where they're at. I can't find them. I don't know. Who knows? I don't know. I don't really care.
Cones have started to emerge from hibernation. The coffee shops have begun girding themselves for the morning crush. All of the meetings, all of the marathon bilats, the side events, the plenaries that we will be having, they offer us the opportunity to take stock of where we are and, more importantly, where we're going as an international community. Yeah. But before we dive into the future of multilateralism, I want to take a moment to step back to the past. The year is 1965. Two decades out from the end of World War II and the start of the United Nations.
That's right.
The world is experiencing rapid decolonization across Africa, Asia, South America, and the UN has grown accordingly from 51 member states in 1945 to 117 just 20 years later. All the while, the multilateral system is being tested by a number of challenges. Of course, there's the Cold War, the growing threat of nuclear conflict.
But she doesn't mention when the European Union or the United States of Europe or the United States of Africa was formed in the 50 and 60. Doesn't talk about that.
And rapid advancements in science and technology. Against this backdrop, the world is asking big questions about the United Nations, whether this institution is representative and legitimate, whether it's built to meet the challenges of the day, as well as the challenges of the future. And in particular, member states are looking at the Security Council. Up until this point, the Council counted only 11 members, and its composition reflected the world as it was in 1945.
There was 5 permanent members that ruled the roost. 5 when it started with veto power. The day the music died. The day Roosevelt died. That's right.
Rather than the realities of the 1960s. There was, for example, no seat reserved for Africa, but there was one for British Commonwealth countries. There was a...
No, there wasn't. That's a lie. That's a lie. That's a lie.
Seat allotted to Western Europe. In addition...
That's a lie. That's a lie. Not in 1945 there wasn't. That's a lie.
To the permanent seats held by France and the United Kingdom, but only one to...
France, United Kingdom, USSR, the United States of America, and China. Yes. But not China. Well, yes, the country of China. But the recognized leadership was recognized in Taiwan. You know what? Between Brazil and Conway and all those lies and these lies and lies and lies and lies and technology and media and everything else, I'm just sick of it. The United States of America, Africa, oh God, how could you not mention the United States of America? How could she not mention the United States of America?
Be shared between Eastern Europe and all of Asia. Faced with a crisis of confidence, it was clear that the UN needed to evolve, and the United States had a decision to make. We could fight that evolution or get on board with it.
Get on board. Well, here's Donna Brazil. This was posted on November 6, 2017, it says. Donna Brazil told ABC News she would tell critics of her new book that makes explosive allegations about the presidential campaign, "Go to hell, I'm going to tell my story." Here we go.
We are back with a bitter family fight inside the Democratic Party after the release of Donna Brazil's bombshell book, Hacks, where she revealed her thoughts about replacing Hillary Clinton with Joe Biden as the nominee. I spoke with Donna yesterday on This Week. She didn't hold back on her critics. Our Mary Bruce is tracking all the reaction from Washington. Good morning, Mary.
Good morning, George. Well, the explosive charges in this new book are rock.
Well, that's a terrible view of the White House. It is. X confirms what I know about being in Washington twice this year.
The Democratic Party and reopening old wounds from that bitter Democratic primary. And now the book's author, Donna Brazil, the former head of the DNC, is coming out swinging against her critics.
For those who are telling me to shut up, they told Hillary that a couple of months ago. You know what I tell them? Go to hell.
In an exclusive interview with George, Donna Brazil, the former head of the DNC, tells her side of the story. The latest stunning revelation, she considered replacing Hillary Clinton.
I was under tremendous pressure after Secretary Clinton fainted to have a quote-unquote plan B.
After this moment, just 2 months before Election Day, Brazil considered putting Joe Biden at the top of the ticket.
Oh my God, more lies from American media. God damn. See how elaborate it is?
Again and again, I thought about Joe Biden, she writes, but adds I could not make good on that threat to replace her.
I didn't want a plan B. Plan A was great for me. I supported Hillary, and I wanted her to win.
Shocked, more than 100 top Clinton...
They've had a big plan a long time. Oh my God.
Aides write it is particularly troubling and puzzling that Brazil would buy into false Russian-fueled propaganda about our candidate's health. Brazil also writes of a fundraising deal between the Clinton team and the DNC to help bail out the party. Brazil alleges it gave Clinton's campaign vast control and compromised the party's integrity. Now, critics are accusing the DNC, including President Trump, accusing them of rigging the election to favor Hillary Clinton over Bernie Sanders. Brazil refutes that, though. She says she's seen no evidence this was rigged, none whatsoever. George and Robin.
Yeah, she made a flat-out declaration. Okay, Mary, thanks very much.
But this live
You know what?
discussion that you had with her, and that she said she's
Look
from
how they're
Louisiana
all
and she wanted
dressed.
hot sauce on every page.
She
of that
brought
book.
it.
I'm sorry. This media is supposed to be in New York City. Do you think I can find them? No, I can't find them either. They're all hidden away. They're hiding. Can't reach them either. They like it the way it is. Of course they do. They do, of course, aren't they? Of course they do. It's all right. Grinny. Go to fucking hell. Really? Come on. Really? Oh, well. Here we go. Well, we're just going to end it here. Yeah, I have to end it here. I do have to end it here. Because I got to turn this off. Yeah, I do. Here we go. Whatever time. It's 3:23. It's now 3:23. You know what? I don't know where they are. I know they still broadcast here on 10th Street. 10th Avenue and 57th Street. Their studios are there. They broadcast from there. They're right here in New York. Sure. You can't get there, though. I went there. I did. December of 2022. I did. I actually went to their offices. Right on whatever it is, 50, whatever it is. I did, went in, talked to the security guards there and everything. Couldn't talk to them. Not at CBS anyway. I don't know where ABC is. I don't really care. Or Fox, I know where they are. Whatever. I don't care. It doesn't matter. You can't talk to them. They like it this way. They don't care about me or anybody else. They've never reported our stories. Ever. No, they haven't. Yeah, they're the least trustworthy. Trust. They work for corporate interests. They're on-air personalities. They're not reporters. No, they're commentators. Well, here it is. Ronnie Ward from the Dartmouth section of Flatbush neighborhood, Brooklyn, in the city of New York. It's Sunday, the 13th day of December, 2024.